give myself a little pamper with a face mask, and then I'm going to use my New Face. My New Face is a microcurrent device that I use to tone my skin. Something about the haze in the air with the wildfires, it's creating this like orange tinge to the light, and it's making me feel autumnal. So I've got my autumn outfit on, got my, probably can't see, but it's a dress from the Gap. And yeah, let's go check out autumn goods. quiet evening at home tonight. Seth is out at his brother's birthday party, and the reason I didn't join is because they decided to do a pub crawl, and I don't drink alcohol, so I just don't find it worthwhile to go out and spend money when I'm probably just going to have ginger ale. So I skipped that tonight, but I'm going to have just like a quiet little evening. I did a bit of editing tonight for my video that's coming out this week, and I started watching Goosebumps. I don't know if you watched that show back in the 90s. In fact, I don't know if it's a Canadian show, but They've remade it. They did 2 seasons, and I started watching it last night, and it's so good. It's so cozy. It's like a teen horror, so it's not particularly scary, but it's thrilling, and it's all filmed here in British Columbia, so the weather is always rainy and misty and gray, and it has those cozy vibes. So I started watching it last night, and I'm going to keep watching it. I've got a face mask. I'm going to give myself a little pamper with a face mask, and then I'm going to use my new face. My new face is a microcurrent device that I use to tone my skin. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I just made myself a cup of peppermint tea, and I thought it would be fun to show you some of my favorite Pacific Northwest books. One thing that I love the most about living here is the ambiance. It's gray, it's rainy, it's misty. The forests are dense and go on forever. And these books that I want to share with you all share that feeling of mystery and rainy darkness. I have a large collection of Pacific Northwest books as well as movies because I really enjoy the atmosphere. So I wanted to share some with you, and as you can see, I've decided to sit here in my library. You can't see, but there's about 5 shelves all the way up of books. If you are interested in maybe a little library tour, I'm happy to share that with you. Comment down below if that's something that interests you. But for now, I just want to share right here. I've got 5 of my top favorite books based in British Columbia, I believe. Are these all British Columbia? Yes, these are all British Columbia. The first one is The Golden Spruce. This is an amazing read. I'll read you an opening passage. The coastline where these worlds meet and bleed into one another is sparsely inhabited and often obscured by fog. The mountains sheared off by low-lying clouds. At sea level, it is a long and convoluted network of deep fjords, narrow channels, and rock-bound islands. It is a world unto itself, separated from the rest of North America by the coast mountains, whose ragged peaks carry snow for most of the year. In some places, their westward faces plunge deep into the sea so abruptly that a boat can be 15 meters from shore and still have 150 meters of water beneath its keel. This is the story of Grant Hadwin, who in 1997, in a bizarre environmental protest, ended up cutting down the golden spruce, which was sacred to the Haida people of the Haida Gwaii Islands here in British Columbia. Not only did he commit this crime, but immediately after he disappeared into the forests and never returned. It's an amazing read. If you're interested in BC books or in Pacific Northwest books, this one's very atmospheric. My second choice is The Heart of the Raincoast. This is the true story as well. And I think actually, yes, all of these are true stories. It's my favorite genre. I really am interested in stories about people who either sell everything and go live in the wilderness or have grown up out there. I think that it's always been like a secret desire of mine, or not so secret because I do share it with everyone, but my desire to leave the city and go live in the wilderness. But for now, while I'm still here in the city, I love reading and immersing myself in these books and these stories. The Heart of the Raincoast is the story of Billy Proctor, who lives up in the Broughton Archipelago, which is a chain of islands east of Vancouver Island. And it's just the story of him growing up in this tiny little community. His mother worked at a cannery. He became a professional fisherman at the age of 7 after catching a halibut all by himself. If you know about halibut, they're huge. So for a small child of 7 to catch a fish like that is definitely a feat. But he also talks about the environment, the importance of the herring run. I just found it really heartwarming, and apparently you can go visit him. This book is called The Diary of a Wilderness Dweller, and I actually follow Chris Tchaikovsky. She has an amazing blog. If you're interested in reading blogs, her blog is called Wilderness Dweller, and this is her first book. She is a British woman who is now I think she's in her late 70s, maybe even early 80s, but she, oh look, I've got a photo. I printed a picture of her cabin that she built. I don't know if you can see that. In 1988, the British Columbia government was still giving away large parcels of land up in the northern interior called the Chilcotin area of British Columbia. The deal was if you were granted land, you had to develop it within a certain amount of time, and it had to be a homestead as well as a business. So Chris took a parcel of land up in Tweedsmuir Provincial Park near Anaheim Lake, or Nimpo Lake as well. There's 2 lakes. She ended up building 2 cabins by herself. And this is the story of her arriving in this land that she had just been granted. She walks into it with her dog, sets up a tent, and sleeps to the sound of wolves howling in the distance, cuts down the trees, builds these beautiful cabins, and they are now, she doesn't own it anymore, she ended up selling it, but they are now a ecological resort where you can fly in by float plane and spend some time there. I love this book. I really, really enjoyed it. This book is called Alone in the Great Unknown. And it says one woman's remarkable adventures in the Northwestern wilderness. This certainly is a remarkable adventure. Carol Simpson and her husband were 2 Americans that ended up purchasing a cabin up in Babine Lake in British Columbia, and they were living their dream until tragedy struck. Carol Simpson's husband died of a heart attack unexpectedly at the age of 47. She had the tough choice to make of whether she was going to stay here in this like idyllic dream life that she had created with her husband or go back home. Well, she ended up staying, and her adventures and her will to survive out there are so inspiring. I think you'd really like this book. It's really easy to read. Check it out. The last book I wanted to share with you, I read early in the year last year. It's called The Outsider. An Old Man, a Mountain, and a Search for the Hidden Past. This book takes you on a journey from British Columbia to the Netherlands to Argentina. When the author found out about this man living in an abandoned bus in Vernon, British Columbia, he went up and met him and ended up researching deep into his family history that Doug didn't even know about. And it's absolutely fascinating history a biography of a man who left it all to live alone in the mountains of British Columbia. I ended up lending it to my mom, and she really loved it as well. The Outsider. An old man, a mountain, and the search for a hidden past.